Hey, how's it going, mates? It's me, John Smorsky. It's 2018-01-14. This post is called Get Healthy with Nutritional Minimalism. Now, here I discuss a combination of nutrition and health combined with minimalism. And there's some very advanced anchoring going on, where I anchor certain experiences that I loathe, that I fucking hated, to foods that I never eat. And I also anchor uplifting, nourishing, fun, galvanizing, incredible experiences to foods that I love and that I do eat. So I'm going to read the post, and then I'm going to list the foods that I never eat and why. And then I'm going to list the foods that I do eat and why. And if you want to skip to the part where I just talk about the foods I like instead of this post, I'll give that time in the post when it starts. So, upon experiencing this nourishment creativity, you will find happiness and health in the foods you eat. People consume foods for a gigantic, heaping variety of reasons. Some people, whether out of anxiety or because they are in a bad mood, irrationally and destructively eat food to solve problems. I was a victim of that in the past. Food is not the answer to your problems. To reiterate, food will not solve your problems. With nutritional minimalism, however, you only eat for the correct reasons, to savor superb foods for nourishment. This practical methodology of creating an archive of associations with food is what nutritional minimalism, a concept I developed, is all about. I'll explain. At very advanced levels of minimalism, you can open the dimension of only eating selective nourishment. This is where you anchor certain meanings and experiences to certain types of food. Fundamentally, this is where two things come into play: advanced skills of coaching and historical memory associations of the past. The coaching technique revolves around something called an anchor, which you can learn more about from my coaching book, The Life Coach Manual, an invaluable repertoire of tools for coaches, which is pretty much done. It's an ebook version. It may be published in paperback version, but we'll see. The historical associations with past memories and food is precisely why people like their mother's pie or salmon, for example. You have pleasant, peaceful memories of childhood, youth days associated with those foods, just the way mom, or with a different family dynamic, dad, made them. However, you can blend in new associations with anchors. For example, I despise chocolate. This, while anomalous to most people, is very true. Some of the worst memories I have in life were when I frequently ate chocolate. You simply lose the taste for certain foods. Chocolate and ice cream taste absolutely disgusting to me. But I do love select fruits, nuts, vegetables, and fish. Same goes for ice cream and apples. Plugging a coaching technique from the Life Coach Manual, I have simultaneously anchored toxic experiences to various foods and uplifting, happy experiences to precise foods. I have also anchored joyful, happy memories to foods I do eat. My favorite fruits are bananas, oranges, mango, and coconut. Those are my 4 favorite fruits. Occasionally I have peaches and plums, but those are the top 4. And oranges and bananas are a staple. I have multiple oranges every single day of my life, and they're one of my most favorite foods. I had an orange for lunch in 8th grade, I remember this, when I broke 6 minutes in the mile and got a 5:50 mile. Now 2 years later, spring of 2000, I got a 4:51 mile, breaking 5 minutes. I also completed 2 marathons in 2003 under 4 hours. I'm not boasting. Instead, I'm using historical, personal, and professional achievements as examples of moments to anchor select, crisply defined nourishment choices. I have anchored those rewarding experiences to nourishment I do prefer to gobble up. The bananas remind me of the joyful and productive time of helping 2 PhD scientists observe spider monkeys in the Yucatan jungle for a summer program in tropical conservation I experienced in 2002. Coconut reminds me of surfing in Costa Rica, where I lived off coconut meat for a little more than a week. Conclusively, map out your life. Utilize some timeline walkthroughs from my coaching manual book and anchor the moments you admire, cherish, and value to select foods. You can have fun with nutritional minimalism when you observe your taste buds actually do change. For example, recently I have given up eggs. I would accomplish this by anchoring unpleasant memories to the consumption of eggs. The last time I had red meat was in 2002, before my joyful, happy experiences in Mexico, living with Mayans and speaking Spanish and seeing the old Mayan historical, architectural, archaeological artifacts and playing soccer with the Mayans. Great times. In the jungle. Now, red meat is one of the most foul, wretched, and putrid entities. I can't even refer to it as food on Earth. I'm not going to go into the details of why and how almonds and macadamias are my favorite kind of nut, but new horizons are illuminated when you look forward to the rewarding foods you do eat. Experiment with anchoring certain memories to drinks as well. In short, some people become vegetarians, pescatarians like me, or vegans for a smorgasbord of reasons. There exist environmental reasons, physiological preferences, and minimalist judgments, and reasons for being selective about what you eat. Love the nourishment you consume. Grow attached to healthy nourishment, and swiftly detach yourself from foods you no longer like. You will feel rewarded and with a newly found reservoir of energy and happiness by identifying what foods you do like and savor the flavor of minimalism. You can explore more about the lifting upgrades from my soon-to-be-released minimalism book, Serious Minimalism, The 7 Principles That Free You from Clutter. Now I'm going to briefly talk about specifically the foods that I personally never eat, want to maybe never eat, love, and want to start eating more of. And if you feel bold enough, if you feel courageous enough, and you have no fear, I'd suggest you in the comments to share the food that you dislike and why, or when's the last time you ate them, and the food that you do love, and continue consuming those for your own nourishment. So I have successfully, holistically, and 100% uninstalled red meat. Last time I had it was 2002, 16 years ago. Chicken and turkey, last time I had it was 2 years ago, 2016. Pork, 8 years ago, 2010. Dislike those meats. Ew, disgusting, repulsive. Ugh. Chocolate. Last time I had chocolate, 3 years ago, 2015. Wretched, non-productive memories associated with chocolate. Now the smell and the taste of chocolate is just repugnant and repulsive to me. Apples. 6 years ago. Last time I had one was 2012. I no longer eat apples. This is an elaborate association. It started in high school when I played chess with a brilliant mathematician and who's now a lawyer, Jimmy Davis. We played about 50 games. He was a bit of a savant, so he could replay the entire game with me, going through all the moves that I did and he did, and show me where I messed up. I beat him one time at about 50 games. Now, he loved apples. So whenever I choose not to eat an apple, which I've successfully done for the past 6 years, it reminds me that I'm intelligent. So whenever I see an apple, instead of eating it, I get the memory and the certainty of my own intelligence. Because playing chess with Jimmy Davis did not make me feel intelligent. He eats apples, so I no longer eat apples. It's an association. You can make any association you want with the food that you never eat or the food that you do eat. Watermelon. Last time I had watermelon was 2008, 10 years ago. This is another elaborate association. I very distinctly remember after I finished my first marathon in 2003 in Chicago, there being, at the finish line, a lot of watermelon. And after that accomplishment, I felt that I just no longer wanted to eat that food. So every time I don't eat watermelon, I'm reminded of how hard I trained to complete those marathons. Finally, this is sort of a funny one. Pancakes, French toast, and waffles. No, 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 not for me. Woo, that's awesome! So that was 12 years ago, 2006, last time I had pancakes, French toast, or waffles. I did like French toast as a kid, but I no longer eat eggs, and French toast utilizes eggs. And let's see, I remember also after completing a marathon having pancakes. And then my friend Mike Mizels called me, and he said, John, what are you up to, mate? Well, he didn't say mate, but, you know, he's American, so he said, bro, or man, what are you up to, sir? I don't know what he said. But he invited me out, and I was like, oh, man, mate, I just finished a freaking marathon. And he was like, what? And we went to the park, we played Frisbee, and with some other people, and then, but I had pancakes immediately after that first marathon. My dad had a salad. The problem with eating the pancakes was it just was more carbs, and it made me want to run more after already running 26.2 miles. Now, you can only be a gerbil or a little animal running for so long. And there's much more important things in my life than running. Running to me now is just physiological alignment. I run a mile every day, and I have been for the past many months, and I will in the years to come. Run a mile every day, in the snow, in the rain, wherever, whatever is going on with the weather meteorologically. So I no longer eat pancakes, French toast, waffles, because I know that running is just physiological alignment for me now. Now, moving on. Oh, also, ice cream. Haven't had ice cream in 4 years. Last time I had it was 2014. Despise it. It's repulsive. So enough of the stuff I don't like. Now before we get into the stuff I do like, let's delve into Yucky Baby. My cat's wrong here. These are things that I would like to uninstall. These are things that they don't really provide me with much nourishment. They're sort of hazy. First one is crisps. In Britain, chips are called crisps. And I could just eat American potato chips or British crisps endlessly. They don't provide much nourishment, and the fact that I could just eat them endlessly insinuates they don't really do anything for me. So I may not eat crisps in the future, but now I still munch on crisps on occasion. Second one is margarine. I've been living off of, I can't believe it's not butter, for the past, I'd say, 2.5 years, as my sort of butter condiment. I would like to replace that with olive oil. Last night I made my Mexican stir fry with olive oil instead of butter, and it's pretty damn good. Now this one's controversial. Bread. Bread is sort of like crisps. It's acceptable for me to eat bread. Yeah, there's breads everywhere. But I just don't eat it that much. I love tortillas. I eat a lot of tortillas. And sweets, I like cookies. Obviously not chocolate nor ice cream, but cookies, Nutter Butters are good. I like Nutter Butters. Licorice, some candy, Jolly Ranchers, caramels. Well, sweets, I'd like to uninstall those slightly, but it's okay to have those for me. And I encourage you to think about what kind of food you really want to eat, like, for the rest of your life. For the rest of my life, I will never eat red meat, chicken, turkey, pork, chocolate, apples, watermelon, pancakes, French toast, nor waffles. Ooh, that's awesome! I have all this time to look forward to for the rest of my life to focus on things that I do like to eat. And more importantly than eating, more things I like to do, people I like to see. There's more than life than just eating. This post is about nutrition and eating. But eating isn't that important. It's just nourishment. So why not have fun with it and make good associations with food that you like, that you do eat, that you plan to eat. And meanwhile, look forward to never eating certain foods again for the rest of your life. That's rewarding. That's carving out time in your life. It's a way of saying, hey, I've had certain experiences, I'm not going to have those again. Just like I've had certain experiences with food, I'm not going to have those again. And I am going to have uplifting experiences again, just like I'm going to eat oranges, my favorite food in the world. I love oranges. Bananas are great. I like extra crunchy peanut butter. Ooh, very good association with peanut butter. But I did eat too much of it on a hiking trip once, in the road less traveled. That was 2000 or so. We were hiking in Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, or something, and the Green River. But I ate too much peanut butter then, so only in moderation peanut butter. Tortillas. Ooh, I love tortillas. Brings back great times when I was in Mexico. Beans and rice. Now that's hearty food. I love black beans. I just love black beans. They like match my body. I feel they're a good source of protein. I love black beans. Rice is like a staple. Asians eat rice. Mexicans eat rice. The world eats rice. Rice is a very important food. Rice is a good food. Hummus is a fun one. I just love hummus. Almond reward anchors. Now, for me in my life, almonds are a bit expensive. Macadamias are like way off the charts of expensive, so they're very rare. But almonds, I have set up something called the reward anchor. So I eat the almonds, and after accomplishing a certain task, usually 3 almonds. Now, vegetable Asian and vegetable Mexican stir fries, I love those. I make my own stir fries with, let's see, we've got, the Asian one is water chestnut, baby corn, broccoli, jalapenos, and then heaps of spices made. Heaps of spices. And then the Mexican vegetable stir fry is broccoli, jalapenos, Mexican seasoning packet, smoked paprika, rice, black beans, frijoles, whatever. Tropical trail mix is pretty good. Now, occasionally, although I don't eat milk, I don't drink milk, I don't have eggs. Eggs aren't dairy, but I don't really have that much. I don't eat dairy, really. But I do like cheese. Gouda, Colby, Monterey Jack, provolone. Cheese, I like indulging in cheese on occasion. Seafood, cod, tilapia, lobster, scallops. Ooh, love that stuff. Very good memories of the sea with that food. Elixirs. Monster Green. That's my favorite elixir. I call it an elixir, but it's just a soft drink, really. But it's a little bit more potent than a soft drink. Soft drinks to me are like Sprite and Diet Wild Cherry Pepsi. And occasionally Rockstar Fruit Punch or whatever. And then spirits. The spirits that I like are vodka. Occasionally gin or white rum, but only clear spirits. That's about it for the food that I like. And thanks for watching this video, mates. Woo, that's awesome!